It's 20 minutes after 6. You're watching Morning Live, and I suppose pretty much like the president announced, a phased approach to reopening the economy. I think people have been waking up in phases too. So if you've just joined us, good morning to you too. And just taking a look at our question of the day now. And this way is what we're asking you to engage us on this morning. What is your reaction to President Cyril Ramaphosa's 5-level phased approach to gradually easing the current lockdown restrictions? And of course, if you just want to react overall to what the president announced, you're most welcome to do that as well. At Morning Live SABC, and we'll take calls later on in the show, 011-714-5861.
All right, looking forward to hearing from you. All right, so let's move into some of the stories of the day now. And today we can expect the updated figures will be coming out, but these are the ones that were announced last night. Confirmed COVID-19 cases in South Africa risen to 3,953. The number of recorded deaths is now at 75, and what we saw from yesterday was that the majority of the cases were in the Western Cape, and it now looks like that is the epicenter of COVID-19 for South Africa. But it is changing regularly, so we'll keep an update and an eye on that.
And then President Cyril Ramaphosa is today expected to visit and inspect various sites that have been identified as COVID-19 facilities in Gauteng province.
A team of ministers is this morning expected to hold a briefing to unpack government's 5-level phased approach in gradually easing the current lockdown restrictions. We'll keep an eye on that one because there was word last night that may be postponed, but it may be back on. As we say, that this is a moving vehicle that we're watching, and it's changing every second. But we have still got that on the news diary, whether it's going ahead or not, or with all of the ministers. That we'll still wait and see. As soon as we get any confirmation, we'll update you on that.
And of course, should you be in need of any more information on the coronavirus, members of the public are urged to call the 24-hour hotline on 0800 029 999, or you can add the official government COVID-19 support service on WhatsApp on 0600 123 456. And you need to basically send the first message there saying hi for you to receive more information there.
All right, let's break it down for you now. You can see again, this is the figures that are out here. What's important to note is the recoveries. So the recoveries are sitting at 1,473. So that's of the positive cases. The total is 3,953, and 1,473 of that number have recovered. There were 318 cases that were reported yesterday. The deaths, unfortunately, sitting at 75 now.
Right, moving on to our trending topics now. And first up, #level 4. And this, of course, the president announcing, maybe we can actually just take them together. #Ramaphosa and level 4. The president announcing last night that there are 5 levels and that we are currently, as a nation, at level 5 of our lockdown, and hoping with the easing of some of those lockdown restrictions that we will move to level 4 by next Friday. Leanne?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's where we're at the moment. So, the objective is what they're saying here for level 4 is basically extreme precautions to limit community transmission and outbreaks while allowing some activity to resume. From what I gathered last night, I think what level 4 and level 5 look like are very similar. That's my interpretation. But then again, it is open to interpretation until we get a lot of the details coming out of it. But, South Africa is still very much so on a lockdown, but with a few eased restrictions. But we'll get the details. Yeah. They will be coming. And I know everyone's trying to guess at the moment, but no matter how hard you guess, I don't think you're going to find the answer. But the reality is that it is still going to be a very, very strict going back to work and whatever it may be. But not all businesses are opening, just a few businesses are opening. And one of those businesses is the cigarette industry, because that was specifically announced by the president last night, that cigarettes will be sold come next week Friday when we enter into level 4.
Indeed, Leanne. But I think also worth noting is, of course, where the president says that, we could be moving between these levels. And obviously, there would be some empirical evidence that would guide us in moving from one level to the next. Because I'm just wondering, if if we say that we're moving to level 4 next week, is that cast in stone, given, for example, the high number of new infections that we saw today, which is the highest we've ever had thus far? So if that trajectory maybe continues into next week, does that plan change?
Yeah, well, I mean, he did specifically say that we could very easily move between the levels, that if we see that things are getting worse, level 5 will be brought back. So, you know, this is, it's a difficult thing to keep your eye on. It really is, because it's ever changing, and we're noticing that, we're seeing these numbers, although we are seeing an uptick on the tests, and I think that most tests were done yesterday. It was a huge amount that were reported, so that of course brought up the number significantly, but that goes to show you that there are so many undetected positive cases out there, and once you start opening up, those positive cases will spread, and viciously, and that's the problem.
And let's hear from the smokers as well. Tell us what you feel. There has been some criticism. We'll talk to that later on as we receive your messages. And then, of course, I think we all needed this moment.
We did.
Hashtag mask challenge. Now, that you see that? But we need a clip. We need to see what happened.
Oh, no. No. Oh no, that
you know, Leanne, we all needed that collective laugh. We needed that moment of comic relief as a nation. We really did.
Oh, Mr. President, he is so tired. He's so tired, and he's trying so hard. You know, can you imagine? He had a meeting with Trump before that. Then he was speaking to all the clusters. Then he was speaking to all the political parties. Then he came and spoke to the nation. And someone still said to him, now you must put the mask on at the end of that all. And as you commented, that mask was huge. That mask could have been a doek. It was huge. You could put that on your head. Oh, shame. No, and that, you know,
that of course, that sparked the mask challenge. And I don't know, there was a lady, there was another one that followed, of a lady who was wearing the mask over her eyes.
Oh no, Sakina. Okay, no, listen, stop it now. Anyway, this was the biggest trending topic overnight. I mean, as soon as I think South Africans there is so much happening, and we are so pent up with frustration and uncertainty, and I haven't laughed like this in a very long time. And you know what, at the end of the day, we needed this. We actually needed this as a laugh, and everyone that I spoke to they were crying with laughter. And it wasn't, I don't think it was at the president, it was just at the whole situation. And then of course all the jokes that came out after that, with people now acting to a mask challenge. And as you say, the picture, there was a little video clip of a lady walking in the street with it over her eyes. So anyway, that was the story. So there we go. Let's leave it at that. But that's unfortunately what happened after last night. So let's now move on to
thank you, President Ramaphosa, for that moment. We needed that moment. We needed to laugh a bit.
Indeed, we did.
All right, so can you believe it? Where's the time gone?